see something very special, something very unique. You'll see a small slice of great American history and witness the great American tradition. First, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to a very special and important lady before we start the actual marching drill. This would be the dominant hen. The dominant female, each family has its own dominant female. This would be her. She's encouraging me to get done with the talking quickly and get them on the road back up to the palace for their Indian meal. We call her she who must be obeyed. And believe me, she has quite a temper if I don't do exactly what she thinks I should be doing. But anyway, back to the story, ladies and gentlemen. The very first Peabody Hotel opened in Memphis, Tennessee. And the year was 1869, shortly after the American Civil War. And it was in that very same location, ladies and gentlemen, that in 1933, something very special happened. For the first time anywhere in the entire world, ducks entered the Fountain Hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm here this evening to tell you that they've been doing it ever since that fateful day in Memphis in 1933. Only today, of course, there are 3 Peabody Hotels. We still do have that original one in Memphis. It is on the National Historic Landmark list. We have this beautiful hotel, the Peabody Orlando. This is actually the second Peabody to open, and it opened over 100 years after the first, in 1986 to be exact. This is the largest Peabody Hotel. We have over 1,600 rooms in this hotel alone. And then the third hotel, ladies and gentlemen, is in Little Rock, Arkansas. And that hotel just opened in this century, 2002 to be exact. 3 hotels, ladies and gentlemen. Only 3 places in the entire world where you can see what you will see this evening. The fabulous and world-famous March of the Peabody Ducks. At each one of these 3 hotels, ladies and gentlemen, there's a family. A family of 5 marching North American mallard ducks. Just as you see them before you here this evening. Now these are not tame ducks, ladies and gentlemen, these are wild ducks. The birds that you see before you here this evening are all 1 year old. They've been together as a family since they were 2 months old. They are a bonded family. They will never ever leave each other for their entire lives. They will allow no other ducks in, and none of them will ever want to leave. Now the birds you see here, as I mentioned earlier, these are actually 1 year old. But we don't have just this one family of ducks here at the Peabody Orlando. We have 3. We have this newest youngest family, the 1 year old. We have a second family of 3 year olds and a third family of 4 year olds. Now these 3 families, ladies and gentlemen, will not reside most of their life here at the Peabody Hotel. They'll actually spend most of their time on a wild farm that we have under contract. That's very close by. And on that farm, ladies and gentlemen, they will learn all the skills they need to survive in the wild. And they will rotate. One family behind the other, each in its turn, coming into the hotel for brief visits for your viewing pleasure. None of them spending so much time here that it affects their ability to adapt back to the wild again. Now we do this, ladies and gentlemen, for a very special and important reason.
I'm here.
Because when each one of these 3 families reaches the ripe old age of 5, they will each and every one return to the wild environment for the remainder of their lives. And they will not only survive there, ladies and gentlemen, they will thrive. Now also in each one of these 3 hotels, we have one and only one duck master. It is a trademark title. Nobody in the world can use the title of duck master except for Peabody Hotel. And thus in the entire world. There are only 3 of us. We have Anthony Duckmaster in Memphis, Tennessee. We have Lloyd Duckmaster in Little Rock, Arkansas. But only here in Orlando do we have Donald Duckmaster. Very important. Thank you very much. ladies and gentlemen, it's a highly competitive job. There's only 3 in the world. You take whatever advantage you can, even if it's in a name. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening we will be taking the birds up to the Royal Duck Palace, and I do have 2 very special and important guests that have volunteered to help me to do that. I'd like you all to help me to welcome to the hotel George and Judy, who come all the way down from northern New York, snow country, by the way, just to watch with our ducks this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, George and Judy and I will be bringing the birds up to the palace for their evening at the palace. Now, as I mentioned, these are wild birds. Consequently, when they do come into the hotel for brief visits, they will spend just 6 hours a day here in the lobby fountain, surrounded by human beings. But they will spend the remaining 18 hours of each day that they're here in the Royal Duck Palace, a separate building up on the recreation rooftop, made especially for them. There's no humans allowed inside while they're there. It is a separate building, ladies and gentlemen, and you're more than welcome to go up and have a look at it for yourself. If you are about on any of these elevators down here and out by the tennis court on the rooftop. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is a $100,000 building. It has old black and bordered Italian marble on the inside, 2 sculpted duck fountains, and a pool. Just for the visiting family of Peabody Ducks. You enjoy the march this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and know that tonight you see a very small slice of great American history and witness a great American tradition. If you have any questions at all, we'll be around shortly after the march and be more than happy to answer them all. Please do keep the red carpet clear, as the ducks do not like competition on their carpet. Enjoy the march, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. May I have your attention, please? At the center of the lobby stands the classic Peabody Fountain. Back in the 1930s, in the lobby fountain of the Peabody Memphis, a unique tradition began which has made the South's Grand Hotel famous the world over. If I may now direct your attention to our fountain, you'll witness here in Orlando a continuation of that time-honored tradition, an experience uniquely yours as a guest of the Peabody Orlando. Preparing to return to their Royal Duck Palace for the night, ladies and gentlemen, the March of the Peabody Ducks.
You see that dominant hang? Way out there. Ladies and gentlemen, they retire for the evening. An evening of leisure and dinner. If you care to join them up in the Royal Duck Palace, you're more than welcome to do that. That's the R button on any of these elevators and out on the rooftop. If not, they'll be back promptly tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for breakfast. Don't miss that. It's an entirely different experience. Enjoy your evening here at Peabody Orlando. Good job tonight. Good job.